It's Monday, December 26, 2022. I hope everybody had a phenomenal Christmas. We are so blessed to be alive, to be walking, talking, breathing. We are completely so blessed. I cannot emphasize that enough. Yes, there are a lot of troubling events taking place right now across the globe. Yes, the economy is collapsing. Yes, we're going to see big trouble in 2023, but we're alive. We're awake, we're breathing, and we're going to continue to prepare for these events so that we are not victims of these events. We're going to prepare mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. These are very concerning, scary times, but they're also very exciting times. And the number one asset that I must stress to everybody right now is to make sure you are walking close to God. As we enter 2023, the most important asset is walking close to God. Ask God for direction, ask Him for strength, knowledge. You're going to need Him because we are heading into the biggest spiritual warfare time in the history of this country. This is spiritual warfare, and you're not going to win it by holding the most gold or silver or food or water. You must be walking close to God. Now, I want to talk about a few things today. I printed up a couple articles that I thought were very interesting. And this is just going to reinforce exactly where we're at right now, why this economy is going to keep collapsing, why the consumer is going to continue to go broke, and why the consumer is going to struggle even more in 2023 to stay afloat. And many of them are not going to make it. People are going to be bankrupted. They're going to lose homes. They're going to lose vehicles. They're going to lose their futures. They're going to lose their savings. They're going to lose their retirements. They're going to lose it. So as I come to you today, I want everybody to really begin thinking outside of the box and really start looking at the data that I'm sharing with you daily, and really start asking yourself, how bad can this get? And am I prepared to deal with this as it gets worse? 1/3 of adults say their financial situation is worse than a year ago. That's AARP. This was reported on Fox Business. This is up 22% from January. Comment down below. How many of you, your financial situation, is it better today than it was a year ago, 2 years ago? Where is it for you right now? Most people I talk to, they're paying more in taxes. They're paying more at the grocery store. They're getting less. They go out to eat. They're paying more. They're getting less. Quality of service when they shop, when they eat, continues to go down. You know, I noticed that if you go out to eat, or you go to the store, there's a lot of people that almost resent the fact that they're there working. They would rather be home getting $1,000 a week, sitting on their beanbag playing video games than out working and getting a check. Yes, they're making less money and they have to work for it versus sitting at home on the beanbag getting $1,000 a week with unemployment benefits and stimulus checks. And now that they've been forced to go back, maybe have a worthless degree, they almost seem resentful at some of these establishments. And I think that this country really needs some type of correction. It really needs a wake-up call, and I believe it is going to get it. I think we will hit a point where people are going to beg for a job just so they can eat. When the money runs out, when the government subsidies run out, when the government can no longer feed these people, the last resort is to go to work and make some money to put food in their mouths. And that's if the food is available. But how much will the food cost at that point? Will a service sector job afford you the luxury of eating? This is where it's all going. Here's another one. This comes from retaildive.com. Holiday returns rise 57% from 2021. It is forecasted that we will see a 16.6% increase in returns compared to 2020. This would bring the estimated total of returned merchandise to $1.4 billion, a 57% year-over-year jump. And I have to ask myself, why is the number so high? Well, people are returning gifts that they're getting for cash because right now, cash is king. Everybody wants cash. That was the #1 gift in a survey that people wanted for Christmas. It was cash. So you know they're taking these gifts, they're going in, returning them, and getting the cash. Maybe to pay bills. Maybe they're going to go out and spend it in Vegas. Maybe they're going to go out to dinner. I don't know. But people want cash at this point. Here's one from The Hedge. Los Angeles County follows city extends health crisis era eviction moratorium. A lot of renters are still not paying their rent in Los Angeles County while they went out, bought new cars, took vacations, went out dining, went to Vegas. They still, almost 3 years now, and they're still not paying rent. Now, I don't care how much you may hate landlords. This is absolutely absurd when you don't have to pay your bills. Whether you like a landlord or not, you signed on that dotted line. You promised that you would pay X amount of money every month. And the landlord needs to make money to pay maybe for that rental property, maybe pay the mortgage on his home. And they're going to just cause a problem here in California where landlords, it's just not going to be a business anybody wants to be in. And without landlords, well, how are people going to rent apartments? How are they going to rent homes? Where does this all go? I mean, maybe the state of California will just be in charge of renting you a house, renting you an apartment. Wouldn't you love that? The state now in charge of rental properties, not your landlord. Remember, when you have a landlord and he's renting you a house, that's giving you the opportunity to live somewhere, giving you the opportunity not to deal with things that break at the house, the roof leaks, the dishwasher goes out, that's up to the landlord. And it allows you time maybe to save money so that maybe one day you're a homeowner like the landlord. So I know there's a lot of animosity towards landlords. I get it. But think about what we're doing here, at least in California. We are going to literally outlaw landlords. And without landlords, where do people live? How do people, take that step of living in a home or apartment and then moving up and being homeowners later on down the road? Most people rent from a landlord at some point. That allows them the time and ability to save money so that they can become a homeowner. The County Board of Supervisors is considering another 6-month extension next year, citing fears of an eviction tsunami, an increase in homelessness. Last I heard, there were around 750,000 people in LA County who are behind on rent. In July, 1.3 million Californians were late with rent. And remember, in November, 41% of small businesses did not pay their rent. I mean, think about where we're at right now in this economy, where 1.3 million people, as of July, just in California, could not pay their rent. 41% of small businesses across the country could not pay their rent. And 750,000 people in LA County are behind on rent. This is getting absolutely out of control. So the answer is just have nobody pay their bills. Just have everybody live in a moratorium and live for free. But the homeowner, the landlord, the investor that owns that property is going to land up losing that property or losing his own home because he's not getting paid. This is really, I believe, criminal. The Hedge, 1 in 6 people in Illinois rely on food stamps for Christmas dinner. And the scary thing about this is Illinois wasn't even the highest state percentage-wise, which is really scary. So let's look at some of the other state percentages that were, I thought, very high and even higher than the state of Illinois. These are states, percentages of people who rely on food stamps for Christmas dinner. Alabama, 15.4%. Louisiana, 18.2%. New Mexico, 24%, 1 in 4 people. Nevada, 15%. Oklahoma, 17%. West Virginia, 18.2%. These are shocking numbers. And we look at the state of California at 12.9%. And remember, the state of California has around 40 million people in it. So you take 12.9% of 40 million, do the math, that's a lot of people relying on food stamps. Another article that was quite shocking, actually, because they have some videos on it. Coming from The Hedge, footage shows looting across Buffalo as city plunged in chaos after blizzard. I'm not seeing any of this anywhere on the news, but if you go to this article on the hedge, they have a bunch of videos, TikTok videos, and other videos showing you what's happening in New York, what's happening in Buffalo. They're shattering windows at stores, and they've gone into convenience stores, looted all the food off the shelves at the convenience stores, absolutely wiped them out. There's a video of a family dollar store being hit, people just walking, just lackadaisically walking out the broken doors with goods and product in their arms, just walking down the street from one of these family dollar stores. This, to me, is a complete wake-up call daily when I see this stuff, because we continue to see this happening. You look at what's happening in New York at the subways, and Chicago, and Los Angeles, and Philadelphia, and people just being attacked for no reason, homeless people being doused with gasoline and lit on fire. It's absolutely atrocious. But watching some of these videos today, after this massive blizzard, power outages, and people go right to the stores. They're looting the stores, the dollar stores, the convenience stores, taking food, taking clothes, taking whatever they want. And this is why all of you need to be preparing. I want you all to think how bad this could get, and could this really get out of control in 2023. We are getting very, very close to some very large events taking place that are going to be historic. And when the lights go out, the power goes out, you're on your own. You really are. You're on your own. You're going to have to feed yourself. You're going to have your own water. You're going to have your own security. And I'm telling you, a camera, a cell phone, an alarm system is not going to cut it. These people don't care, and these people will use force. And the scary thing is, people are still getting food. They're getting the food stamps. They're eating. What happens when the government subsidies stop? What happens when the power goes out? We're watching right now what happens. Stores are looted. Massive crime takes place. And these are the good times. We are heading into some very serious bad times. And when we hit the bad times, when grids go down, power's out, nobody there to protect you, you are on your own. Let me emphasize this. You will be on your own. So you're going to be responsible for you and your family. So you better get your security house in order. Make sure you have the skills, make sure you have the correct tools, make sure you have the correct training. And we all must continue to get in a mental mindset. And this gets me in the mindset when I'm watching these videos of what is taking place after a snowstorm. People just cannot wait. These criminals cannot wait to get out there and take advantage of stores and people when there's no power, when nobody can come save these victims. They know that the resources are drained, police, fire, ambulances, nobody's showing up. So they know that these people are on their own. Nobody's going to protect their stores. Nobody's going to, somebody kicks somebody's door, and the police aren't coming in 3 minutes. They'll be lucky to be there in an hour. You're going to have to handle your business. So, watch what's going on. Now, they're not throwing it all over the television, so you may have to look for it. But, I'm sure you could YouTube some of these videos. They're all over TikTok. Check some of this stuff out. These are the good times. Look at what you're going to be dealing with. Imagine the level of violence, the level of chaos that we will see when it gets really bad, when people get hungry, when people get desperate, when people have lost it all, when people just don't care. They're gonna do some pretty bad things. Let's put it that way, evil. And you better get ready to deal with evil and evil people. I want to close with this last article coming from the AP. China sends 71 warplanes, 7 ships towards Taiwan in 24 hours. This came out yesterday. This is really ramping up, and there's a big possibility that in 2023 China takes Taiwan. This will be a global game changer. as they're going to pretty much monopolize the chip industry once they control Taiwan. And people who think that this isn't going to happen, think about what is happening with Russia right now, China ramping things up. No way America is going to stop Russia and China. They're too powerful. They're too big. The militaries are extremely powerful. China has the biggest economy on planet Earth, the biggest military on planet Earth. Russia has food, has oil. These countries are working on new money, new currency, quite possibly backed by gold. The old system is dying, ladies and gentlemen, and you must realize this. As we enter 2023, we're going to get much closer to our system dying and a new system arising. Now, does that happen in 2023? I don't know. It may not happen for a few more years, but the wheels are in motion right now, and you need to realize this, that the dollar is on borrowed time. Do you need dollars? Yes, of course you do. Right now, the dollar is king, but at some point, it is not going to be king. It is going to be worthless. It's going to be trash. And so make sure that you're getting your debts paid off. Make sure you're getting some gold, some silver, real assets, real money. That's not financial advice. That's what I'm doing. That's what my friends are doing. I'm just sharing with you, thinking out loud, my strategy for 2023. Get yourself some land. Get yourself a house outside of the city. Get away from these dense populations. It's going to be extremely dangerous. And get your financial house in order. You don't want to be heading into this with debt. I cannot emphasize that enough. Debt is a killer. These people who think that their debt is going to be forgiven when the economy crashes, if the dollar crashes, no, it's just going to be reset. Your debt is never going to go away. Your debt will just destroy you at the worst of times. You do not want to have debt in these horrific times of economic stress. Look at what happened in 2008. Look at what happened back in the Great Depression. Debt didn't get forgiven, okay? People with money made a lot more money because they didn't have debt. They had cash, they had money, they had borrowable items. They were able to, maybe trade something for a piece of land, trade something for a house, buy a house with cash, buy a house with gold. This is coming. I truly do believe this is coming. The world is going to change. And it's not going to be the end of the world. It's not done. It's not over. But it's going to change, and it's going to change in a very bad way for most people. So this is why we need to stay on path and keep preparing for this changing new world, ladies and gentlemen. So get right with God, get your finances in order, get your body in better shape, and get your mindset straight. We're entering a new year here, 2023. It's going to be extremely exciting. It's also going to be extremely scary. No doubt about it. I don't care how prepared you are. This makes me very nervous what we are entering this new year, 2023. We're going to see more market volatility. I think the dollar is going to come under a lot of pressure at some point this year. And I think we're going to see some big events taking place. So get ready. God bless all of you. I hope, again, that all of you had a great Christmas. And let's get ready for 2023. Let's get more prepared than ever. We must be more prepared than ever before for 2023. God bless you all. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share these videos.